Sorry guys, I'll be with you in 1 second. I'm just doing some important receptionist work. So if you could just like, I don't know, go away for a bit, that'd be fine. And that is an example of how you don't do reception. Now, in a reception, you need to be polite and you need to be helpful. Essentially, you need to be amazing. But we're not going to touch on that in this film. That's for later on down the track. What we're going to do is just have a look at some of the key skills that you're going to need. So, one of the key skills you need to know is how to use the phone. And you are actually going to have to do this in your work experience. You're going to have to answer the phone like this. Ring ring, ring ring, ring ring. Good morning. Welcome to Capital Training. You're speaking with the presenter. How may I help you? So that was nice, polite. I said who I was and where I worked. I also pressed the right button. Let's say someone called up and they wanted to talk to your manager and your manager wasn't there. All you have to do is get your handy pen and a handy piece of paper and take a note for them so that when they get back they can call the person back. Easy. You take their name and contact details and just a little one sentence about what they're calling about. This gives your manager or whoever the message is for a chance to prepare themselves mentally and physically to return that call. Some big organisations, you can actually transfer calls through as well. So you could answer the phone and then you just hit transfer on the phone device. Pop in the extension and that transfers to anyone that you want throughout the organisation. Each organisation has a different way of doing this. So just get the person who's working reception at your centre to show you how to do this. Sweet! We already know how to use the scanner and I've already taken you through how to use different parts, well, different bits of equipment in... Sorry, I'll try and stop laughing. My camera person is cracking up. I can see her face just turning bright red. She will remain nameless though. We already know how to use things like the shredder. And we know how to use the phone, the laminator, stuff like that. What we don't really know how to do at the moment, what we don't know, is about mail. So maybe, let's have a look at that. Here, we have a piece of mail, okay? It is a legitimate piece of mail that may or may not have gone through the post. It probably hasn't because it just says to the boss. This is an inward piece of mail. It's a piece of mail that has come into the organisation from outside. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to get it to the boss. You can either pop it in their in tray or you can just keep it aside and flick them an email saying they've got some mail. If this was a piece of outgoing mail, what I would do is just once every day, towards the end of the day, take all of the outgoing mail that you have, wander on down to your local post shop and send them away. Make sure you pay for a stamp though. You need that stamp. You're also going to have mail that is internal in your company. So it could be mail from the people in accounts to the people in resource development saying that they've spent far too much money. Often if this is the case and it comes through you just handle it like any other bit of inward mail. You just pop it aside or give it to the person, and if you pop it aside you just let them know that it's waiting there for them to be picked up. So hopefully I've used some mail to post some knowledge into you, okay? Filing is very important. A lot of the times nowadays, filing just consists of making sure your files on your computer system are nice and organized. But some places like to keep it a little bit old school and will actually have a filing system for physical documents. What we've got here is a bit of a classic. I don't know if you can read these labels, but it's A to G, H to O, P to Z. This is what I like to call an alphabetical filing system. So you file your document in alphabetical order, just by topic or last name, whatever it is. And that means when you need to find it again in a year, 2 years time, you know exactly where it is because you filed it like an absolute champion. There are a few other things to think about while you are working on reception. One of them is security. Security is pretty important in terms of, and I promise I'm not just reading straight off my script here, it's pretty important for maintaining security of information, resources, the environment, like your space around you, as well as people such as visitors and staff members. To keep your information secure, you can lock things, okay? You can have login systems on your computer with passwords so that it's very hard to get into your information. In terms of safety of the environment, we've got locks on the door, we've got fire alarms, we've got sprinklers, we've got the whole shebang. We can also protect people by having sign in and sign out sheets. The sign in and sign out sheet just lets you know who's come in and who's left the building. This is very important in terms of a fire or an earthquake. So if some emergency responders were to come in, they know exactly who is in the building. So hopefully no one would get left behind. We also have video cameras, and that's just an extra level of security for our staff members and for our belongings, as well as you, the learner. That really sums it up. Each reception will have different ways of maintaining security. I can't go through all of them because I don't know all of them. I don't know every single reception in the world, but they'll all keep resources, people, and the surrounding area, as well as data and information, safe. So it's up to you to go out and find out how capital training keeps our stuff safe. Alright, this is the presenter, signing out. Catch you later, team.